The American Legion Centennial Celebration, 1919-2019. 100 years of history. American Legion. I'm Gerald McLean. I'm the historian for the Department of Oklahoma. I'm also the Centennial Celebration Committee Chairman, Department of Oklahoma. Slides 2 through 7 are from Robert Fiersby, Lloyd Williams Post, 41, Berryville, Virginia. Why is a history important? Because it's a story worth telling. History helps us learn how we got here and where we're going. It helps us understand and appreciate our success and failures. It can help develop a sense of accomplishment and pride in your post. It will become a permanent record of the legacy of your post for future Legionnaires. It can help recruit new members. Where to start? See what records the post has retained: minutes, documents, photographs, artifacts, rosters, history books, and so on. Talk with senior members. Use outside sources, your local media. Go to the library. A lot of times the history books have been stored as a copy in the library. And historical societies. Appeal to the community for information. Use online resources, archived newspapers, obituaries, library collections, and so on. What to include in the history? Who founded the post and when? Who are the charter members and early leaders? Who was the post named for and why? Who are notable members of the post or notable alumni from your youth programs? What are significant events, projects, and unique, interesting activities? What makes your post special or unique? First of all, you want to get organized. A post history will take some time. Start now. Appoint a post-centennial committee. Use the Legion's Legacy Vision booklet as a guide. Use the Legion Centennial Celebration Workbook and web page to organize and publish your history. Sharing your history. Publish your history and make it available to members and the community. Put it on your post website, Facebook page, and the Legion Centennial web page. Organize a Centennial exhibit at the post or one that can be displayed in the community. Plan a community celebration. Put a copy of your post history in the community library, Post and State American Legion Department. A final thought before we start. The history of the American Legion is not just one story of a national organization, but rather thousands of stories in communities across the country served by individual posts. Sharing your post story will not only tell what you have done to enrich your own community, but it will help illustrate the rich history of our organization across the country. First of all, we will put information into the centennial.legion.org website. And you come to this page, you look at this page, and there's a lot of good information on this page. But the place you want to start is where it says Post Index, History Post Index. And you click on that, and that will come to this page. Now, when you get to this page, if you notice in the upper right-hand corner, there's a business of register and sign in. If you've never done this before, you want to register. And of course, you're going to go eventually to your own website, your own state, which ours happens to be Oklahoma. You go to that website. Once you register and sign up, then you'll be able to create your own website. Okay? So I'm going to show you my website, which is Stillwater, Oklahoma, Post 129. So we'll choose this one as an illustration at this point. I know this one in depth because I created it. So, and we're going to review of the content of the website, just to give you an idea about what can be there. Uh, Information about the post, the charter, the post namesake, first commander, notable members, uniqueness of the post. Those are the things that are listed on the right hand side over here. Now, if you notice, there is a README button right under that you can click on that and to get more details. This is what that looks like, a little easier to read. You notice it says charter date. Ours was April 27, 1921. Post namesake. The post was named after Carter C. Hanner and Mamoon G. Sharp, American Legion Post 129, Stillwater, Oklahoma. Carter Gary Hanner was born, and it tells you the details. You click on Read More to find more information about that. The first commander was Dr. C.E. Sexton. In 1919, he was a prominent physician who served in the Army Medical Corps. Notable members, a lot of different notable members, and information about some actually that were in St. Louis in May 1919. What makes your post unique? Well, Stillwater, the Pawnee, I cannot even pronounce that, is a city in north central Oklahoma at the intersection of US 177 and Highway 51, is the county seat of Payne County, Oklahoma, and Stillwater is the principal city of the Stillwater Micrometropolitan Statistical. And there's more details that can be read there. Right below this, if you notice right here, there is a gallery of photos. That looks more like this. As we look at more photos here, you can see them as they're spread out. And if you look underneath each one of those photos, it tells you there are more photos under that. So this is just one photo, like this one on Carter C. Hanner. There are 13 photos about him. And over here, there's 33 photos about Captain Mamoon Gray Sharp. And so there's more details there. If you look down at the very bottom down here, you can see that particular individual. We'll talk a little bit more about him later on. But he was actually a commander of Post 129 and eventually became the national commander. There's 40 photographs of him. So you just simply take one of the pictures, you click on it, and you notice that it says 2 more photos underneath that particular photo. Some of these images are newspaper clippings. Some of them are photographs. It's easier if you put everything in a JPEG format. If we look more at the details, as you open that page up and look at the details, you can see there's more details. There's a charter, again, the post namesake, who it was named after, a little more details about them, and notable members, and what makes the post more unique. Now, if we look at inside of one of the galleries of photos, there is a heading up at the top that might tell a little bit about what it was about. This happens to be a presentation by Commander Roy Klingenpeel, who was actually the commander of the Department of Oklahoma. His presentation to Gerald Gamble, and this happens to be Legionnaire of the Year award. And so you can see his presentation there. If you click on any one of these images, like this particular one, for example, you can click on it, and you're going to get a larger picture of that, and you can read it more in detail. If you notice at the bottom, it tells you 3 of 5, so you can actually look through all the photographs in a larger image right there. Here's an example of the one that I was showing you at the bottom. This is 1958-59 history of Post 129, and this happens to be the Preston Moore and some of the details about him and how important he was, and he became the national commander Okay, and again, you click on any of the details, any of the pictures, the photographs, and you'll get it blown up, and so you can see there's more pictures there and more details about when he was running for national commander. So a lot of good information here. Okay, so again, this is more pictures of him. Here you see him with some Indian chiefs there in Oklahoma, of course. Uh, and this is at Lewis Field, which is the old football field. Okay, and again, another picture here, and let's see, we might blow up one more here. Oh, there's one of uh, him meeting Ike, President Ike at the time. Okay, and you notice the date on that, January 28th, 1959. And right after all the photographs, you have a timeline events. So this will be put in by the date. In other words, whatever date you put in at the top is what's going to come out arrange these things in order. Okay, like actually this one shows the Paris caucus in March 1919. So you can click on it and it'll blow up and show you more about details about that. Shows a picture of that particular caucus. All right, and you notice up here there is a view and edit button, and we'll talk about those more in just a minute. Here, if I click on the next one, this is about the first commander, and so again you see more details on him, and again his picture right there. Okay, so each time I clicked, I would click on this line right here. Okay, now if we go to the next, this is a continuation. Notice that picture's kind of like fuzzy, but it was the best I could get, and that happened to be the third American Legion commander. Okay, and you again you can click there to get more details. I do not have very much more details on all these people yet. Here I went ahead and went up to the last timeline event, which was our 101st and 102nd post commander, which was Leroy Folks in 2014 to 2016, and it tells details about him. And if I click on that link up there, I can blow that up to see more details right there and read more details about him and what he's done. He happens to be a doctor, folks, and he was in Who's Who in America, and so on. It tells all little bit details about him. And here we have one on officers. This happens to be the officers for this next year. So you can see all the officers listed there. You can even see my name there, right there, historian Gerald McLean. And this happens to be the document that we use to show all of our officers in our post. Here you can look at this last one. This is installation of new officers. You can see a picture that was taken there of installation of the new officers for this last year. Lawrence Roy did that, and there's details about that and who they were. So one of the things we can do is we can edit a page. So if there's something I don't like on the page, I want to add something to it, I can click on this edit button, and then that'll take us to another page which I can go into there, and there's the information about the post. There's where you can change the date of the event. Here you can have a headline of that, and here you have a place for the story. So you can write all the story that goes in there. And there is this text or HTML here. I wouldn't even worry about that. Here you have a picture, the image that's on that page. You can remove the picture. You can add a different picture in there, different photograph. Now, in order to add a timeline, that's the button you would click on to add a timeline. So I want to add a new timeline event. It looks like this. So you add the time in there, the date, the year. You come in, you put a headline in, you copy and paste information in here or type information in here where it says the story. And down here is where you add your photographs. First of all, you choose a file off of your computer. Usually it's better if it's in a JPEG format or GIF or PNG format, and then you upload it. It should be less than 500 megabytes in size. And then you click on the Save button, and that will save it, allow you to see it then. If I want to add a photo gallery, I just simply click on that button. I come up here. This time I just add a title, a description, and then I choose and add photographs. So you can continually add photographs down here until you get all your photographs added. And then you click on Save after you've done that. And this is sort of what it might look like when you've had several photographs. This is where you put in the information about it. And this is where you can go back in and you can actually edit that page. So I go back in and edit the page. I go and change maybe the title of it. I add some more information in here on the description. I want to work on the pictures down here. I want to add some things. I can remove a picture. I can change the order of the pictures here, and it's called weight on this particular one. So let's look a little more at details there. I can also put the title of the picture there, which should have the event name. It should have the name of the person and so on, and information about what's there. Okay, and again, if you want to add a new photograph, you simply upload one here. And again, you can change the order of those photographs by clicking on the little buttons here. Now, the area that is not covered is creating an upcoming event. At this time, I don't think we need to cover that particular area, so I'm not going to cover it. There's also a bottom area for that same one. That's another item. Not going to cover it. Well, if you have any questions, well, feel free to contact me, Gerald McLean. I'm the historian for the Department of Oklahoma. I'm the Centennial Celebration Committee Chairman, Department of Oklahoma.